Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Tech with Goddywhyte. My name is Godwin. Thank you so much for your views, your likes, your comments so far. It's been amazing. So guess what? Today I have someone very special in the studio with me. You know, her line of work, I'm sure that one or two times her colleagues might have disappointed you. So today is on me to ask her why they do that. We're talking to a fashion designer, one of the Port Harcourt's best fashion designer, Omaji Designs. So come along with me, let's explore. So with me today, I have the incredible CEO of Omaji Designs in the person of Miss Miracle, right? Welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much.
You are all smiles, right? it's amazing having you. So can you just introduce yourself to us? Who is Miracle? What they do? Like, let's start from there and so on.
All right, my name is Miracle Nneoma Emeka-Nkwor.
Wow.
And I'm the founder of Omaji Designs, as you've already introduced. I'm also an author. I write creative fiction. And so let's say I'm a creative and I sort of spread my tentacles everywhere.
Yeah. All right. Welcome, Miss Miracle, to the podcast. It's amazing having you here. So what does Omaji Designs do? Who is Omaji Designs? What do you do? How do you start? Just tell us the origin story, how you got the name and how you started.
Okay, all right. Omaji Designs. Omaji is a portmanteau. First of all, I started Omaji in 2020 officially, and it's a portmanteau of my name. Like I said, my name is Nneoma, so I took Oma from Nneoma, and then I have another native name. It's Oweji, and so I took G from it, and that's how we had Omaji Design. Yes, and I also wanted something unique, so it's literally just a portmanteau of my name. And as to the origin of Omaji Designs, I knew I wanted to start fashion by the time I was done with my NYSC. So when I was done with school, when I was in my final year, for some reason, I was that one person who was never going to go into fashion. Never. I mean, my mom was a designer, and every single one of my siblings learned how to sew, except Miracle.
Wow.
Everyone could work as a machine. And people would always tell me, Miracle, you should learn. This will help you. And I'm like, no. And I'm an academician. I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be a lecturer, a scientist. Who lives in that machine? And that was literally how I felt. That was what I thought about sewing. Mm-hmm. And by the time I was done, I was my final year, I had an encounter with business. Okay. And I just knew this was what I was going to do. It was not the science thing I always thought about. It just felt so natural to me, felt so fulfilling. And I just knew I had to come back to Port Harcourt and tell my mom, Mommy, I want to learn how to sew. And of course, you can imagine her shock. And that was in 2018. So I learned for a few months, went for NYSC. While I was there, I was also praying about it because I really do not want to come out and start trying to guess my life or figure it out. So God was really instrumental in my journey, is instrumental in my journey. And so I prayed about it. What do I do? Do I go with fashion? Do I this? Do I that? And, by the time I was done, I knew it was fashion. I knew it was that. So that's where we had to start thinking of a name. And what do we do and how do we do so? That's literally how Omaji came to be.
Okay. So, people are hearing Omaji Designs. What kind of, your fashion house, right?
Yes.
So what kind of fashion do you do? What do you, I'm a newbie to, in fact, if you pass a native top up and down and suits, yes, you wish me with it. So just tell me what you like.
Okay.
What do you do?
Okay, sir. Omaji is a women's wear brand. We cater to female professionals. So office wear is where you find us. That's our niche. Yes, we cater to other things as well. We could make anything, but our core offering is office wear. So when you're thinking of suits, when you're thinking of anything that you know would portray a woman in the best light in the corporate space, that's what Omaji does.
Oh, okay. That's good. So now you're never worried about us, just for women.
Not really. Also, there is something about Omaji Store. So it's not just that we are catering to, office wear, corporate wear. Our dresses are also convertible. Okay, because we understand that unlike most women or most fields where you probably just have to spend on clothes because you want to look good or because you like a particular dress, with Omaji it's different because we understand that women in the corporate space, it's not a need, it's not a desire, it's a necessity. They need to look good because it affects and influences how they are perceived by everyone. Okay, so a woman cannot dress shabbily to work. It doesn't make any sense. So even if she doesn't want to, she has to make that investment. And so we came up with this idea, okay, since they have to buy clothes, it's literally a necessity for them to be seen and perceived the right way. So what we did is, how about instead of having to spend a huge portion on their income constantly, what if we give them dress options where one dress is like 3, 4, 5, 6 dresses? And that way you see that your spending is contained and you still get more value from your items. So that's what we do. That's what we offer at Omaji Design.
Wow, that's quite impressive. What's your process like? What I mean is, how do you approach a design? The client meets you and be like, okay, please, I want a show style. I want this. Okay. How do you approach? Do you have a team that works with you, or is it just you doing everything? How do you?
Okay. All right. So our offerings are divided into 2. So we have the ready-to-wear, where we have a collection of compatible designs already available. So you literally, or customers just come in, go through, and we are literally online and offline. It's hybrid.
Yeah.
So clients go through our catalog or make us know their needs, and we refer them to the catalog, show them items, okay, that can serve them based on their own field. So that's that. And then if we have a client who is interested in getting something custom made for them, what we do is we try to identify what exactly is your need. Where do you work? What kind of space is that? What kind of comfort or leg room are you looking for? So you'd find that for some clients, we can suggest, okay, let's give you trousers. Let's create this. For some, we can say, oh, let's give you gowns, or let's give you a combination of both of them based on your body as well, because that's very key. So we have clients who probably have eyes on some kind of outfits, but then, especially for the ones we haven't seen, so we have virtual consultations. So you send pictures and we analyze it and we let you know, okay, let's work for your body instead of against your body. So the dress looks good on you. So based on how you look, because there are different body types.
Yeah.
So based on how you look, even if you have a particular style in mind, our designers are able to tell you, okay, this is how we are going to do this, so that it's going to come out and you would love it on your body, not just the dress, but yourself as well. So that's what we do.
Okay. That's wow. That's impressive. I'm here wishing I was a girl, so you make one for me.
Yeah, a lot of people wish that.
But no one. You move regardless. Okay. I know that every business in Nigeria, there are daily challenges that you face, right? Myself as an entrepreneur, I know challenges I face on a daily basis. So with your type of business, what kind of challenges you face on a daily? Like, you are certain that once I'm stepping into my office today, this thing I was facing. So what kind of challenge do you like?
Electricity.
I know you mentioned it.
Electricity. So the kind of work we do at Omaji, ironing is very key. We iron after each step and iron. Like, so most of our dresses, for example, this outfit I'm wearing wasn't ironed.
Wow.
It wasn't. So everything happens during the production. So most of my women do not iron their clothes. That's me exposing them. But yeah, so during production, after each seam, after each stitch, the iron hits it. There is heat. So we cannot afford to render lesser quality because there is no light. So most times you find that we have a recurring expense of fuel. So that's one very big challenge. And I mean, if I'm being asked, okay, what are we doing to combat this? So what we're looking at is trying to see how we can go solar. So that's an option. I mean, if we look at what we have to spend constantly on fuel, and that
solar is a little bit better. Sorry, working from home, I've learned to look towards solar because having to run generator all night, it's not funny. Not just for me, it's not even necessarily about the amount that is being spent on the fuel. It's the noise.
Exactly.
I can't. The noise is disgusting. Honestly, and then during the day when you're supposed to be sleeping, it's as if there's this playback in your ear because of
all the noise
on the voice during the day. Okay, have you ever had any challenging clients? Because we know that there are some clients, it's as if it's village people that sends them to last week. I remember this kind of client that you just start questioning everything. God will try to do you know that kind of
we don't question.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
So I really
I would say one thing I can boldly say and really thank God for is we've had the best clients in Omaji, and thinking now, I think I can only think of one.
Okay.
I mean, we turned 5, so that's a huge milestone that I can only think of one challenging client. And most times, what we might see as challenging might not necessarily it ends up making us better.
Yeah.
Okay, so but this particular one, it was a first-time client, and she was referred to us. And so we work with clients online. Most of our clients, 80% of our clientele, we have not seen them. They are all done online. And so this particular lady was introduced to us, and we're excited to work with her. And we have an option where you have a virtual session with us. So we take your body measurements to ensure precise fit. But when a client says, that's usually a red flag for us. Once a client says, I'm too busy for that session, it's kind of a red flag. And then the next thing we hear is, I will meet anybody. That's where we are like, not anybody. Unless you can assure us that the person you're meeting is a good tailor that will take your precise body measurements. If not, please let us have a virtual session and do it ourselves so that you can make sure the money you're paying brings out the best of that outfit. And this particular client said, oh, she knows. I said, okay. And after everything, long and short of the story, the outfit did not fit in any way. It didn't.
It was not fit.
Yes, it was. There was nothing fitting about the outfit. It was. So she eventually came to Port Harcourt for something, and she came over. We looked at it, and I was there. I mean, I was looking at it. I was like, there is something off about this dress. It's just not her body. And so she took it off, and we took every single measurement was wrong. Every single thing, down to the bust. It was bigger. We had to use a bigger breast cup because of the size they had projected in the measurement book. And, everything about the dress was just really off. And it was right there. The client said, oh, I just walked into a tailor shop and I don't know what she makes. Like, Boma, we told you. So, but yeah, we were able to address it in the best way possible without burning bridges. And after that, we learned lessons, and going forward, we had to know things that we had to stamp our foot on, and things that were flexible and negotiable.
Okay, now you mentioned the virtual session. Especially when you want to, let's say for a first-time client, someone you've not met before. How does that work? Because, as we were talking, I was thinking in my head that how am I using my finger to measure?
No. Okay.
How does you just walk us through the process?
Okay, let's assume you're a first-time client and you find Omaji on Instagram, or for some reason Mr. Godwin introduced you to us, and you reach out to us on WhatsApp. So the first thing that happens is once payment and everything is confirmed, your chosen designs are confirmed. The next thing that happens is we book a virtual WhatsApp session with you. Okay, so one of our designers gets on a call with you, and you have a list of things. You need to wear a particular item because you can't wear anything that adds bulk. For example, if I have to have a fitting, I can't wear what I'm wearing now because this is adding to my measurements. So you must wear something that gives your body so the tape can move, and then you have a measuring tape as well, and then you have somebody to assist you. Okay, so that's all you need, and then dress properly, like you would dress to that event. And so the designer comes on at the scheduled time, the video call happens, designer guides you and the person with you on how and where to place the tapes properly.
Okay.
Yes. And then after that, your dress is ready in your exact.
Wow.
And each time we have done that, the dresses always fit.
Come out. Yeah. Okay. What I'm about to say now is a bold statement, and I stand to be corrected.
Okay.
I've not heard this from any other fashion designer. This is very innovative, some tailors will tell you, send me your picture. And when it has happened to me before, I sent someone to make some shirts for me at Abba. I no worry, say, let me send measurement, no worry, send your picture, send picture. This was where this thing was stopping. And I asked for, because all my clothes are cufflinks. Yeah. I don't do no more, but I do cufflinks. See where it was stopping. Like,
you cuffed in there.
When I went, I was not looking as if I had people. Boy around my arm, and I was like this. So this is very innovative. You get to, and I think it also helps the client trust you when they are part of the process of, where the clothes are being made.
Yes, that's really helped.
That's quite.
And then also during the session, we get to really see you, because with pictures, some things can be properly packaged and all, but during those sessions, you get to see your height as well, and just to know how things will work on your body. And sometimes if we have clients who are so specific that they have their measurements ready with good tailors, we are send it over, and at the same time send your picture. Okay, so most times the pictures make us see, sometimes we look at like, is this person tall? Is this person petite? And also the measurement. So that's literally like the most critical step in our design process, because once there is anything wrong with that, the entire outcome. Yes, so that's how.
Okay, that's quite amazing. How do you handle pressure? Because I know some clients too. While I might also not easily forgive tailors when they disappoint, when they give us a marker, I also try to understand from the part of the clients too that sometimes some clients are not really helping matters. You have an event a week from now you're bringing clothes to a fashion designer to make for you. So how do you handle such cases where you're putting you under pressure?
Okay. There are really no such cases with Omaji, and here's why. Because we have systems and structures in place. Okay, so you come to Omaji, before you even make payment, there are terms and conditions. And these terms and conditions details how long it takes for an outfit to be made. Now, if for some reason as a client you say, I want to use it this particular time. Now, we cannot give you a promise if we know it's not possible. So we check our calendar, check the clothes or whatever it is we have in our workflow. And if this is something we can take in and include, then we do it at an express charge. And we ensure it is actually delivered. Okay, so the reason I said we've not encountered this challenge is because items are always ready. So we have never disappointed a client. We've never had a reason to say sorry or lock up the space because we are running away from someone. So it's something that I think that's one of the things I'm most proud of, that in 5 years of building Omaji, we haven't disappointed any clients.
Wow. Okay, that's good to me. I don't want to just I don't want to mention names. I've had like several times, even this year, I've had there's something I always tell guys I mentor. I said in life there are some basic things you need in life as a man. You need a good barber. If you have a car, you need a good mechanic. You need to have someone in the police force or military. And you need to have access to a pastor. That's just a lawyer. Then another thing you need access to is a very good tailor. The person will make you look good. Shout out to my current tailor, Precious. So he has been very good. All the outfits he has given me so far has been amazing. But before I met him, my God.
I can imagine. It's quite funny because sometimes when some clients come, and clients who have worked with us for years, whenever they get to, for some reason, have to use another tailor, you can tell that they are not happy with the experience. And sometimes when they stay away from us for a while and they return, there is that trauma. I remember, I think that's when we were still 2 years old, so I can't remember. So there was this client, she was one of our regulars, and for some reason she stopped coming. And after a while, months, I think we got a call from her, and she was like, oh, Omaji, and started with her name. And then she gave us and I noticed how she was constantly checking up. How far? My kid's already. And I'm like, what's going on? I mean, have we ever disappointed? I'm like, oh, we're still working on it. We're still working. On the day with, your item is ready. She said, okay, and we didn't hear from her again. So she wasn't even ready but she just wanted to be sure, and even when she came to pick up, I saw what she was wearing, and it wasn't Omaji, and normally she wears Omaji. So I just, okay. And what, she was like, no stressing at the It was so funny, but yeah, so most times it's also, I wouldn't say I'm happy with the experiences, but it makes me see that difference I would wanted to make with Omaji.
Yeah,
it's actually, yes.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. I know I have patronized you. Guys, relax. I don't buy it for myself. I buy it for person. When I come down. Oh, this happened to your woman clothes. Calm down. Let's calm down. I know I've patronized you before. How do you do your pricing? Because for the quality of what you make, I'm not even saying it to boost your ego, but I just say for the point of what you make, your prices are relatively cheap compared to the quality of what you make. Because even when we started scatting, the prices you were calling were like, this lady thinks I be the Dangote. But after you finished making it and I saw it on the person I got it from, I was like, wait, wow, that means, is it that she doesn't know what she's charging or what? How do you do that?
Okay, went from being too expensive
to being is what I'm saying, please. I did say that.
So you understand. And it's not something, it's not unique to only you. Okay, we've heard this. A lot of people, especially with our prices, they are shocked when they receive their items. Okay, it's becoming a normal with us.
From the packaging to the finishing to everything.
Yeah. They're like, I remember a particular client who was so scared of working with us, but she really wanted to. She kept on saying, please don't mess this up. Please this. Because she's really big, okay? And when she got the item, the phrases were endless.
Oh.
Such excellent tailoring, such this. You could tell she was shocked. So our prices are relatively fair, not cheap. Not cheap. Yeah, not cheap. But one thing that has driven me, my ethos in business, is, like I said, the way I said God influences everything I do. Okay, Jesus was a model of excellence, and I strive to be excellent in everything I do, and I sort of ensured that rubbed off on Omaji Designs. So it was not sticking with the normal, not sticking with what I learned. Even around when I was still starting and when I was still the only person running Omaji, I had a particular project. It was a lot. My mom, remember I said I learned from my mom.
Yeah.
So a friend had asked her, can't you just assist Mira? I know, so this is what she did. So I don't know where she learned those patterns from. So because I had a meeting with someone that was in 2022. She was a lady, Mam Shola. I will never forget her because she's the reason that Omaji's finishing is the way it is.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out. Mam Shola Idowu, that's her name. Fashion Revolution Nigeria. So I was in Lagos for the first time. Was that the first time? Okay, no, I was in Lagos. And she told me, Miracle, I want us to go to, I can't remember the particular market, but she said we're going to go to a lot of markets. I want you to see what your brand is up against. Now, this was 2022. My brand was just 2 years. We were still trying to figure out what we wanted to do. And I can't remember the particular market, but she took me there. And then she was, at the point I was like, what are we doing here? And she took me to a particular place. And the clothes were, I was looking at these clothes and the prices they were calling. I'm like, what is going on? Let's move the price to 5. They're telling that a particular top is 25,000 and you're pricing it 20,000. Like, what's going on? I felt these things was like, and these guys were importers, so to speak. So I thought she was, I didn't say anything, I was very quiet. And at the point she asked me, oh, what do you think? I looked at her. Oh yeah, now let's be honest. I was like, all these Abba maids, what they are selling. I said it so boldly. How and she was so upset. I said, what did you say? I was like, it's not about the merit. And then, that's when she told me, no. And then she sat me down and she started to show me. She said, what do you think I was bringing into this market to do? And she told me, your competition, because that's one thing, there is a standard of finishing in Nigeria. Like, it's literally the standard. So it's easy to adjust and all of that. I feel that's still very easy to adjust. But she told me, you need to work on your mindset. Your competition are not designers in Nigeria. Your competitors are outside. Your clothes need to be able to stand with international brands and still look good. They don't need to say, oh, this one is from a developing country, and they keep it aside. And so she started showing me the finishing. And she told me, yes, I understand what you're saying about made in Aba. Yes, I understand the imitation. But guess what happens with imitation? They cannot pay so much attention to all these details.
Yes.
They can't do this, they can't do that. You can't see this looking so. And that was when I understood the difference. And that was when I understood that I had a choice. Either I stick with the normal in Nigeria, or I set Omaji to meet up with international standards. And it was a lot. It was really challenging. It was tasking because I don't come from an affluent background. So it's not like I had the money to, remember when I came back from school, I told my mom, oh, I'll go to Italy to, harness myself. My mom was like, you go to where? Like, no, you don't need to waste your time. And I wanted to go to fashion. I felt, okay, if I had to do all of this, I had to go to fashion school. I had to spend this, I had to spend that. But it's a necessity is the mother of invention. When you don't have money to achieve these dreams, you sort of find a way around it. And that's what I did. But I just, no matter how much I tried, even sometimes at the point when our finishing had, I knew it was literally superb. However, I knew it could be better. And sometimes when I see myself, when I'm pushing myself, I'm like, Miracle is okay now. You can literally, this is okay. People love this. They don't even, I'm like, no, you know what you're aspiring to. You can do better. You know this, you know that. And, that's how we continue. Sometimes I'm like, if I stop here, nobody will beat me. If we say we're not going for that. And so even when tailors come to work with us, it's usually really, really tasking for them because it's not the usual. But then when there are people who are willing to grow, willing to harness their skills and, do something better, they usually stay. So
that's good. And I know that Omaji Designs is an international brand because the person that ever introduced me to her is not even in the country. Shout out to Ms. Dimmer. Hi. She's not even in the country. She's in US. The one that introduced me to Omaji Designs, and from the first time I started talking with her, she was so friendly. She has excellent customer service. I can say that. I do even get angry. That's one way I get angry. Everyone will start. It's all right. Please, if you are enjoying the conversation so far, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel and leave a like and comment. And maybe if you have any questions that you would love for her to answer, I can always have her back at the studio to do another session with us, Abby.
Yes.
And so you heard it. Okay. I see on your Instagram page that you have. Okay, before we go to that, do you offer training services to people, anyone that wants to learn how to sew from scratch, or are you like a professional school? You need to have some experience before they come to you. Like, how do you do that?
So we do trainings from scratch as well.
Okay.
We do, and so opportunities are available. Once someone is interested, they come in, and if it's something they are willing to do, we do it with them.
Okay. That's good. On your Instagram page and also on your WhatsApp status, I've been seeing Omaji Empowerment Program, right? OEP.
Yeah.
Can you talk to us about it? What is it about?
All right.
About it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Omaji Empowerment Program. And it means I can sing God again. But yes.
Oh, God first.
Yeah,
God
truly. And so I had the inspiration for the Omaji Empowerment Program early last year, because one thing I've always learned, my heart has always gone out to a specific set of people who, like I said, I didn't come from the most affluent background. Yet I see people who don't even have what I have, okay, or what I had to grow up with. And, I realized that there are young girls who, not just girls, of course, boys too, but there are people who, the moment they are done with SS3, the moment they write their WAEC, nothing else.
Some don't even get to write the WAEC.
Exactly. Some they're humans even register for the WAEC. Yes. So after that, that's the end of the road for them. Because you go to the market and you see young children who have their stalls, or you see the ones who go to do house girl for somebody, or just see them struggling to find jobs where they take advantage of them because they know they need the money. And such people can't even say, okay, let us go and acquire skill, because that needs money. Okay, and they can't even say, most of them don't even go to set up market stalls because it also involves money. You need huge capital for that. So most times they're at the mercy of employers. Some of them have to get married just so they can do poverty alleviation for their homes. And there was this burden towards these girls. And I had to do my research. Is this even factual? There was a study I did. I think it was in a particular local government here in Rivers State, and that was where I saw that most of them did petty trading. The highest rates were domestic helps and marriage. That was what most of them went into. And you can imagine the ages of such girls. So we had to think, how can we help these girls? How can we help them this? And, that's where we came up with the empowerment program. But now, beyond what is available or beyond what we see, because most times, skill acquisition is not a new thing. It's something people always do. And you see they gain these skills and then it's like they are thrown back into that space. No place to, nurture this skill that they have gotten and all of that. Some of them can't even do the business, and, it's just one skill they have at hand. And because it's not really bringing much, you see, it's like everything you invested has gone, because they go back to square one, looking for a real way out of the struggle. And so we decided we had to make this one different. Okay. So beyond just teaching you how to sew, we're also going to empower you with business skills, which is also an offering for our trained program. But this time, instead of 1 year, it's 1 year and 6 months, because with such people, the mindset has to be worked on. These are people who are coming from not the most beautiful backgrounds. The environment as well is not exactly nurturing or helpful. So, when they come and they keep encountering that grooming for that full year, and then after the year, when the next set is starting within their 6 months business training, they start passing on this knowledge to the other ones. That's how we structured it. So I don't want to use the word is a way of giving back, because we're really not giving anything back, but just how can we make this world better? How can we give these girls a fighting chance in this world where it looks like they didn't have any chance in the first place? So and we know there are a lot of people that need help. There will always be people that need help, but the people we are targeting with this are young girls between 17 to 22, okay, based in the city of Port Harcourt, and also the ones who are able to afford certain things, okay, because as much as it's empowerment, as much as it's free and all of that, the parents or whoever is guiding these girls has to be able to, at least she should be able to eat. She should be able to afford her transportation to the place, to and fro.
Certainly.
Yes, and also be able to get the things she needs. So her fabrics, her scissors, and all those other things. So
I'm so happy when I see young entrepreneurs like myself looking out to help the community, because not a lot of people are thinking in the direction you're thinking of. You said the program is free, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So how would if someone is interested, how would the person apply?
Okay, so the candidates have to come for a physical screening at our space, okay? So you can find details about where we are located by reaching out on Instagram or WhatsApp, okay? But for a landmark in Port Harcourt, it's around Ibeto area. And so they come there before they pick up the form, because one thing we have experienced since starting the OEP, everybody is claiming poverty. Yeah. So we don't just give out the forms, and when you come, most times they come with their parents, because these are young girls. So we speak with them, and thankfully, thanks to the discerning power of the Holy Spirit, we are always able to figure out whether they really need. Exactly. So it's when we see that, okay, you qualify for this, like this is a need, not just an option that you want to jump at because it's free. And so when we find that we get the application form, and after that, that's when the whole screening, references, every other thing comes into play. So even getting the form does not guarantee you placement in the program. Okay, but
so if I hearing it, it's like writing jam and positemi. You have to pass the Omaji Design University. Right? Well, place you'll get there one day. All right, this is amazing. Again, thank you so much for taking the time out to come here. I understand how busy it can be. Okay, so I would love for us to play a game, right? Rapid fire session. I always play to all my guests.
okay.
It's just a way to so that people will not think that she's all business. Let's also say the other side. This podcast is meant for Omaji and Miss Miracle. So now let's talk to Miss Miracle. We're talking about Omaji. Let's talk to Miss Miracle. Okay, so I just want to ask you some questions, and just maybe say the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Right, you don't have to overthink it.
Okay.
All right. So let's start with basic. Tea or coffee? Tea. Don't take coffee. Okay. Are you a morning person or a night person?
Day person.
A day person again.
Okay, let's say morning.
Okay. Electric machine or manual?
Electric.
I know I've read some people that prefer the manual machine because of the whole light. I mean, maybe that's what they use in learning, so they get used to it.
Electric.
Electric machine.
Yeah.
Okay. What is one food that if they tell you to eat for your life for 365 days, all food that you say, okay, I'll eat?
I need to know overthinking. Oh wait. That one food. Can I recook it in different ways?
It just the ideas.
Like and do any
indicate, but it must be that item.
planting.
And wow. That's nice. Oh, they win. I'm not expecting that.
I can see it can be fried, it can be boiled, it can be this. So can we add business?
No. That's my thing. Yeah, well, you can't, ja.
Plantain.
But plantain is main ingredient.
Yes.
Well, I was thinking we say rice.
No. People already eat rice almost every day.
My dear, that's the thing in this country. Who can't help it? Who can't help it? Okay. Digital sketching or paper sketching?
Paper.
You know I'm good digital.
No, you asked what I prefer. No? Paper is so easy. Like I'm just. It's literally I don't have to stress with how the screen is doing what it wants to do. My pencil just, and then I can choose to replicate it digitally later if I want to.
Okay. Virtual meeting with client or in-person meeting?
It's not different really, but let's say virtual. Convenience.
Yeah, okay. What's your favorite soup?
It used to be afang, but right now granule soup is competing with it, so I'm still checking.
You know, I've never had that granule. I've been hearing so much about it. I've never had it before.
Me too, until my grandma made me take it, and since then it's become a staple in our home.
And during my university days, Ghanaians, they eat it a lot, but I never saw the need to eat it. But I don't think I have. Okay. If you have to work all through the night, how do you stay awake? Do you use coffee or energy drink?
None. I'll stay awake.
Stay awake. Wow.
I think that's what the university did to me.
How do you like it? What advice would you give any young girl that's watching this podcast, or even young man that's watching this podcast that says, okay, I'm being inspired, or person is struggling within his or her spirit to accept what you've said? What advice would you give to the person? Because we live in a world today, I keep saying it, whenever I say this, I say it from a place of hurt, like I'm hurting when I say, but it's the truth. We live in a world where prostitution is encouraged, where crime is encouraged.
Yeah.
Young girls are being indoctrinated into thinking that the best way out of any situation is sleep with random men, get money.
Yeah.
Young boys are being indoctrinated into thinking to, sit on your phone and your laptop and make money, do Yahoo, make money. So what advice would you have for such young people that will watch this and say, okay, maybe this is the path I was heading down, but after listening to this lady talk, I think I have a change of heart. What would you?
Okay. I would say I'm really trying to choose my words. If you can tell from the look of my face, it's obvious how personalities to me. I mean, because I work with teenagers, and this is something that
you see every day.
Yes. It's like there is that pull, that push and pull. I understand what you're saying. I can see the benefit, but I can also see what's going on. I can see how this is paying off as well. So, but you just need to believe in yourself and know you don't need to stoop so low to do certain things. You don't need to let go of your values. You don't need to compromise of anything. And even if you weren't taught anything that you don't have to compromise on, just know that hard work really pays. And, like I was discussing with the person when I was coming here, the driver, I told him that yes, there is a place of hustling. There's a place of working hard. And, as believers, we have an advantage. Of His grace, like being discerning, knowing He can lead us, guide us into all truths, and also knowing that all that glitters is not gold, okay? And once you have your eye on the prize, a good prize, okay, and choose to go at it with all your heart, with God leading you, you would definitely achieve it. I mean, I was talking to, like I said, the teenagers and also one of the participants of the OEP, and because Omaji turned 5 years on Tuesday.
Hallelujah. Yeah. Happy birthday, Omaji.
Thank you.
After now, shut down. Eat and all that.
So, I was making them see that if I didn't even imagine, yes, I always looked forward to growth. Yes, I always knew we would grow. And, I hear you talking about who you mentor. I didn't have much of that when I was coming up, and I really wished I did. And it was kind of a struggle. I really had to try to figure myself out. Or if you're like me, if you think you don't have someone, or even if you do, you just have to believe in yourself, okay? And have that courage. This is something I like to say. Always, always, always put yourself out there. Always. The last or the least thing you will get is no. And no has not killed anybody. It hasn't. So that opportunity, that business, that thing you have always wanted to do, but you're just probably scared that you don't qualify, or this might not work, or it's just going to end up in another heartbreak, or it's just end up in another thing that won't work out well. Just give it a go, okay? Even if it's no, you won't die. You're strengthening for the next thing. Oh, that's really how we've gotten here, okay?
That's good. You heard that. Don't just be encouraged. Don't limit yourself.
Yeah.
I think I had my first mentor, like first real mentor. Again, I'll always call his name wherever I am, and this kind of situation comes up, Mr. Gotham. That was my first real mentor. 2017, 2018, when he traveled, and we are still in contact. We talk every day.
Yeah.
But he's a mentor. Whenever I have issues, be it my personal life or business or whatever, I talk to him and he guides me through it. So he has been an amazing mentor. So get yourself a mentor.
Yes, mentors.
And I can tell you that Miss Miracle is one of them, one of those mentors. Okay, for people that want to reach you for training, or they want to patronize you, or they want to still learn more about the OEP, how would they get to reach you?
Okay, so you can follow us on Instagram at Omaji Designs, OMAJIDEFIGNS.
The design will display on your screen right here. The Omaji Designs. So you're only available on Instagram. You have a Facebook page.
There is Facebook. Still Omaji Designs. There is Facebook and Instagram, please. That's not. And then there is WhatsApp as well for people who want a more personalized shopping experience. There is also a website if that is something you want. But most people can work with experience. They love the customized.
Nigeria don't trust websites except when they know they don't have any other option.
Yeah, so I think part of why people prefer WhatsApp is because you know how our designs are.
Yeah.
So they can literally say, oh, I want to add this, let's create this. But the website gives you fixed options. So most times people just like, let me just come here, get what I want, and go.
All right. So thank you so much for taking your time out to be with us today at the Goddywhyte studio. We really appreciate your time. This started off as a funny conversation. I have this, so can you come over? And you're like, okay, fine. And you're here today, so I really appreciate. I do not take this for granted. We at studio, we don't take this for granted. Really, thank you. So before we close, any final words for us?
For Goddywhyte or for everybody?
Everybody. Everybody, final words for us.
Trust God in the journey. Trust God, and I won't say don't let him go, because he's always going to be holding you. Really, he will. The Bible tells us he will never leave us nor forsake us. So trust him, go with him on this journey, and you will never regret it.
All right. So, guys, you've heard her, our ever smiling fashion designer. She's not like the other ones that disappoint. You know, Amaka.
No, we don't actually.
I can tell you that the first time I contacted her to do something for me, she said she was going to do it in a certain time frame, and she did, and she delivered. And like I said, the clothes were. In fact, I was jealous. I was jealous because I felt like, why would this be this good? And I'm not even the one wearing it, But it's fine. So thank you so much for watching today's episode. Please don't forget to subscribe, to like, to leave a comment. If you have any questions for her, please type it in the comment section. I can always reach out to her with your questions, and I will definitely get back to you answered. So thank you so much for joining today's episode, and I will see you guys on the next one. Cheers.